So now what we're going to do is we have this equation, and we want to graph this equation. Now let's keep in mind what happened when we had something outside of the function, a number on the outside. So let's look back. Oh, here it is, number on the outside. What does that do to our graph? It either shifts it up or down. If it was negative, it shifted down. If it was positive, it shifted up. And our y value in the vertex is that number itself. So if we look back to this one, here's our number. We have a -5. Negative means it shifts down, and it's going to be 5 units. So right away, we know that our vertex, the y value of our vertex, is going to be at -5. So let's just make a note of that. So now let's look at inside the function. Inside the function, we have +1. So let's look back at what happened when we have something inside the function. And it was plus. In this case, it was +2. It was a shift of 2 to the left. Our vertex was at -2. So if we look at our function, if it's +1, our vertex is going to have to be -1. So right away, we know that our vertex is at -1, -5, which is right down here. Now, how do we plot the rest of the points? Well, there's a number of ways. If we know where the vertex is, the easiest way, and by easiest I mean you're less likely to make mistakes, is to just do a quick little table of values. Now, I said that table of values are tedious and monotonous, but if we notice the pattern after we're doing all those tedious and monotonous table of values, it actually gets quite easy. We know where our vertex is. We've established that right from the start. We know it's at -1, -5. So let's just go 2 above and 2 below. Because we also know that it's going to be symmetric about that point. So the calculations that we really need to do are just either 0, 1 or -2, -3, and we're going to get the exact same value to determine our 5 points. And whenever you're plotting a parabola, we need to make sure we have those 5 points. So let's do the calculations here. So we're going to figure out what y is. Let's put 0 in. 0 plus 1 squared minus 5. Of course, it's going to be 2 times 1 squared minus 5, which is 2 minus 5, which is -3. So we're at this point, -2, -3. And we know that it's symmetric, so I can put in both values. So let's do 1. And 1 I'm going to do with some mental math here. 1 plus 1 is 2. Square that's 4. Times 2 is 8. Minus 5 is 3. So I have my points. So I'm just going to go -2, -3, and 0, -3, and 1 and 3, which is way up here, and -3 and 3, and there we go. Just like so. So there's our parabola. We know that it's opening up. This has been stretched, so it's a vertical expansion. It's been shifted 1 to the left and 5 down. Our axis of symmetry is right down this line. X equals -1. And we know all the information we need to know about this parabola. And it all comes from that lovely equation. So, next we got a quiz question. So for those of you in class, take note, the quiz question's coming up. For those of you who aren't, want to come to class next time.